Hey family, it's Sandra, Queen Bring, and I just want to say today that no matter what we are going through, this is a day that the Lord hath made, and we are still going to rejoice and be glad in it because it's a day where we can gain our new freedoms. I'm so sorry about Mr. George Floyd. What I saw was absolutely traumatizing. It was tragic. It was sad. I wasn't expecting to see that. I didn't know what it was when someone sent it to me. I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I wasn't sure. And then I looked closer and I'm like, oh my God, are they serious? That was like too much. It was just way too much. And I was like, Lord, this is going to cause a problem on down the road because of the injustice, because of how it was done, because of what was done. I don't think America was expecting all of what's going on now. In my city right now, there was rioting, and a 19-year-old lost his life. He was shot and killed. And I was on my way to work last night, and my sister had texted me, and she was like, "Where are you?" And I said, "Well, honey, I'm on my way to work. I'm okay." She was like, "No, whatever you do, stay out of the downtown area because they're rioting." I didn't even know about what. I'm like, I don't. And earlier that day, I needed to take care of some business, and my other sister was like, "Well, did you want to go like downtown?" I don't know. I just stayed in the bed. I said, "No, I don't really feel like that. I don't feel like that's something I want to do. Maybe Monday or something." Not knowing that they were rioting. I had no idea that's what was going on, family. I was like, oh God. And I don't really care if people agree with me or disagree with me. I have a fan page and I have people from around the world. I have all faiths. I don't discriminate because I feel like you can learn something from anyone, anywhere. And we need to open up our mind and our heart. What I really love about the Muslim faith is that they pray 7 times a day. You can't beat that. Okay, that's something that I need to incorporate. I pray throughout the day, but they literally just take that time and say, God, look, we observe you today. And you see the results of that. You see what I'm saying? God is saying, long as you obey what I say, I will bless the effort. And I love to hear the sound of the prayer, all of it, because it's giving respect and obeisance to God. And, I know my sanctified folk would beg to differ. And I have been in the sanctified church forever. But we need to start coming out of these fears that we are in as quote unquote a church and start responding. This is all happening because the church is not doing what they're supposed to do. You've never seen more people, and I'm not trying to be funny, okay? But you've never seen more people climbing the pew weighing 600 pounds. They need to be on my 600-pound life. And I'm serious. They're one way at church, and then when you get them home, they something buck wild different. That is not sanctification. What are you doing? And then on top of that, when Jesus was out and about, even all your other gurus and prophets and people of God, Jesus is the only one that gave his life for mankind. But this is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying the others didn't do it. But he went all the way back to the throne of glory and brought us life, okay? My thing is this. You don't never put down what somebody else is believing because to every belief there is truths. To every belief, there are some truths. I've found some faults in the churches that I go to. I found fault, but you pray about it and you go head on. You take that positive and you run with it. You don't use that as a means to, I'm not going at all. Well, forget them. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do things that's like improper method, which is sin, because that's what we're shaped in. Okay, so what you're shaped in is what you do. So if you color a circle red, the circle is red. Duh. Okay. So my thing with this is I'm just so sorry that our young people just feel like they don't have nothing to live for anyway. So they might as well fight and get this going. They have more gumption than the adults. How the babies out here getting killed and the adults are sitting at home watching? Oh, we gonna pray. That's such a weak way out. Now, I'm not saying prayer don't work. Prayer does work. But it's such a weak way out. Who are you reaching? You see people just sit up in church Sunday, same old dry faces, same old dry testimony, testifying to each other. And I'll be like, shouldn't y'all be out there? I have brought so many people to church, it's ridiculous. I got an international and national ministry. I have altogether seriously following me about 140 to 75,000 people following me, and the numbers are growing daily. I'm going to tell you how it happened. I quoted the scripture that the Lord had told me to quote, and I put it in this post called Best Life Quotes. someone had sent me a text back and said that was the Lord that told you to say that to us. So I said, oh, okay, you know. And then I just was graciously humble and said, all right, you know, he told me, so I did. And then it started like going viral. And then someone pulled my picture out of Facebook and said, oh, she's pretty. She's not bad looking, you know. And I was like, you know, okay, thank you. And it went from there. Then my numbers grew. I had a fan page. I got 2 fan pages going into 3. And I'm just like, Lord, I wasn't expecting this. I heard my messenger just go brrr, brrr, people trying to talk to me, and brrr. I had to delete messenger because I have to go to sleep at night because I work midnight shift, which I'm tired of that too. I probably need to let go. But anyway, I was like, wow. I was like, Lord, I wasn't expecting this. Like, it just like, I was going to delete Facebook, seriously. Yeah, I'm keeping it real. I was going to let Facebook go, y'all. I was like, I don't need that mess. I'm good. I see the people I deal with anyway. I grew up with. I can call them. I got their phone numbers. But when that happened, God said, I'm behind this, and you can't let these people go. I need you to be an ambassador. I'm a global ambassador. And so I'm just like, okay, Lord, you know, where is this going? Whoa. And everything just started speeding up, going so quickly. And then I started seeing all these numbers like 555, 1111, 333. I see it all the time. Everything I touch now is these numbers. And I had to find out, what are these numbers about? And it was saying that my angels agree with my lifestyle. They agree with what's going on in my world. And I told you all, I'm believing God to be married. I got a prophecy saying by the end of this year, but I'm not. Okay, I believe, but I believe what God said. He didn't confirm that with me. That came from a prophecy from Africa. And I'm not saying my African family don't know what they're talking about. They do. But I'm just saying I want what God wants. Okay, and I got to have somebody that's really spiritual, that's really godly at this point. I'm not going off of looks totally. You got to really be what you're talking about, okay? Because I'm really living what I'm talking about. And it's not that God can't bring somebody. He can bring you anybody. You know, he can change a person's life and put them in your life. You know, God can do anything but fail. I've been in the church for over 35, 40 years now. I got to say, when I was a little girl. And for those that don't know what that means, that term is, I heard people say, saved from what? I got one friend, she's Jehovah's Witness. She said, saved from what? I said, a life of sin and shame. And I've had people like last night, this one lady just ripped into me. Oh, you ain't nothing. You think you all that. Da-da-da. No, lady, I need you to stop judging me right now, okay? That's the problem we're having now with our young people. They're being judged and they don't feel love. So they're out here fighting like crusaders and Foo Fighters because they're down for a cause. They're tired of being stepped on and just sitting back watching. Somebody need to do something. They don't know what to do, so they tearing up now. They're like, look, somebody's going to hear us. And it was like Malcolm X said. He said that one soul that's going to be murdered, and it's going to cause everybody else to join in and say, we're not having this. And we're going to do something about this. And something is being done. Okay, it's destructive right now. It's cutting loose, but it's getting attention. Okay, they doing it the way they know to do it to make it happen. And my thing is, the older generation is sitting back and they're not saying anything. They've lived through it, but they were told to be quiet. You know, my generation, we had it the best. You know, we lived the best lifestyle out of all the generations because we were able to be free by the time I came along. Freedom was free because the people prior to us fought. Now these babies are saying they're trying to put us back where we come from, and that's not going to happen. And so, you know, I cannot afford to hate no race because I have all races in my family. I'm mixed, okay? I am Congo, Haitian, and British. White, I'm everything. Okay, when you look at me, don't look at the chocolate of my skin because I represent a lot of nationalities right now, and it's running through my veins, and there's nothing I can do about it. My family is diverse. We all look the same, but we're all different complexions. We love one another, and that's just that, right? And so, just a lot of upheaval that's making my heart sad, you know, that a man lose his life. And it's like, oh, he wasted on himself. No, he was deceased. As soon as a person deceased, as soon as their spirit go out of their mouth, and that's where your spirit it goes straight out of your mouth, back to God, you lose bodily fluids. That's the first thing that happens, you know, and that's what he did. He was gone. That was the symbol of, I'm out. I'm out of this clay body. I'm gone. And for the man to still just leave your knee there? Really? Wow. That I was done. I said, Lord, I'm looking at murder. I've been looking at murder all my life. You know, that's why my dad fled from one country to come here for us to have better, and we still looking at it. It ain't no different. It's the same thing. Same exact thing, you know. And I just said, Lord, I just need you to help me do what I'm supposed to do. And, I hear the church saying, pray, 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 pray. But if we was praying from the beginning, this wouldn't even be. See, the church is falling back. They're weak right now. And I'm not saying that prayer is not powerful. Yes, it is when you do what you're supposed to do with prayer. We always use prayer as a wolf ticket card. Oh, just pray. See, you're not going to do anything until it's your son that they got down there with their knee on his neck, or your nephew. Then you're going to raise sand, chaos, and tell the whole world, stop. Stop. Because that's my baby. But he's somebody's baby. He's somebody's child. He's somebody's grandchild. He's some ancestor's loved one. They're fighting. And you got to understand, what if it was your family? You just don't sit there. People have been dying all along. They ain't just started. Okay? This ain't just started. It's been going. And we late. And now you want to get on to my prayer. Church done sat back so quiet for so long. I'm looking like, what are y'all going to do? The church want to throw God away and then grab him back up when tragedy strikes. No, he ain't bellhop. God is not a bellhop God. You grab him when you feel like it and then you throw him away when you done. He's with us in this. He brought us to this day for a reason. The children are not afraid. They're not scared. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to die for the cause. They're at that place in that God put them there for a reason. They're doing things others are not doing. Like I told you before, I'm a philanthropist. I help other countries. I help other children that are starving, children that don't have education. I pay for these things. I have children in other countries that I take care of. I'm not just talking. I'm not just getting on here because I'm so sick of all these little plots and schemes and all these little games folks playing on YouTube to make $1. It's real out here. Okay? All that is cute in this place. You need a TV show or something. But all this, people just making money. Okay, yeah. I get that. I see where you're going with that, but really, are you really helping humanity, or are you a cause of the problem? Are you part of the problem or part of the solution? And that's where we stand right now. All this old playtime is over. I know people personally, their son was killed by a cop. And we was fighting then and we fighting now. And people just get on here with all that old foolery and yeah. I don't even look at that mess no more. I stopped a lot of it. Okay? Because I'm not looking to be entertained. Poverty loves entertainment. I'm not poor. Okay? Not by a long shot. And that's not what I'm about. We're here for a purpose, and a couple people tell me, I'm looking for my purpose. Go join one. You ain't got to go look for nothing. All this tragedy around us, it's plenty to do. Trust me, you got a place. Start on something. And that's the truth. It's just the plain truth. We're living in a day where people are dying, and they're dying for no reason other than hatred. And it's around the world. It's not just here. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And I said, Lord, you know what? What can I do to make this better or correct this? Or help us become one better? Because no race is better than the other one, as far as I know. I live right here in this building. There's people of other races don't even speak to me. And they probably trying to wonder, how did I get here? Don't worry about it. I'm here with you. And the point is, I wouldn't want you for a neighbor either. I'm not speaking first every time I see you or whoever. You ain't no better than me. You got to go to the bathroom just like I do. You eat like I do and you pee like I do. Come on now. You'll bleed if I cut you. So we need to come out of this. We need to come straight up out. There's a time to pray, like Martin Luther King said, and then there's a time to do something. It's time to do. And these kids is like, y'all pray. We're going to go out here and be heard. So I agree with the young folks. You got to do something. Because if you just keep on letting this go on and you don't rise up against this, they're going to keep on doing it. Like, we showing love to other races, but other races not showing love to us. That's not cool. Everybody's supposed to love one another. So it's just still a lot of madness and mayhem out here right outside my front door, and I had no idea what was going on. I didn't even know. But I'm asking the Lord to help us to help ourselves. I've always had my own businesses. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a little girl. I started out with a lemonade stand. I was 17 years old, making over $250 a month, and that was way back when. That was a lot of money. And I honored God. I honored my mother. I just honored those who honor was due. And I don't want for nothing in life. I'm very, very blessed, and I thank God for that. But still, that doesn't stop the point of what's going on out here with my fellow brother and sister and man. This is a mess. It's bad. And on this one, I'll just do another video and do the topics that I had ready. But I want to talk about this because it's on my heart. It's in my heart. And a lot of times people will wait till it's their family. Then they want to cry aloud and spare not. No, we need to cry now because this shouldn't have never even happened. George Floyd should be alive right now doing what God had him to do. A man plead for his life and you take it anyway. You're not God. And you thought you was going to get away with this, but people is rising up and they are tearing up. They say if we can't have it, you won't either. And it's not right, but it's what's happening. And it's definitely getting attention. And I saw them tearing down the White House. I said, look, slaves built that. Don't tear that up. But when they're young, they don't know. God called the old because they know the way. He called the young because they're strong. And we got to be strong for our young people. That's all there is to it. I've been rallying and taking care of children all my life. Kids that weren't even mine, but I loved them as if they were. I wore them on my heart. I was working. I was babysitting and keeping kids and foster mommering and everything. Just the whole thing. You know, I didn't live my life for myself and walk around with my first dragon on the floor. I had beautiful homes, many mansions. I didn't have it all. But I shared my life with other children who had nothing because I wanted them to have something. You know, and now they're thriving. They're doing excellent. I'm raising kings and queens. Plain and simple. I got kings and queens. And that's how we got to do with the children around us. There's no way I see a child don't have a home, don't have nowhere to be, and I'm just going to leave her out there or leave him out there. Oh, that's somebody else's baby. They ain't mine. No, they're yours too in the village. Because if you don't raise them right, little Petey will be at your back door tearing in and trying to get to you. And that ain't going to feel good. The same little kid that you saw walk past you dirty, going to grow up one day and be ready to cut your head off. They don't care because they never had nobody to care about them. So this is the day we're living in. We need to care more. We need to do more. We need to just step up to the bat. Plain and simple. I've been doing it for years. I didn't just start, and I'm not on YouTube for money. I ain't even worried about that. It'll grow when it's supposed to grow. It'll do what it's supposed to do. But right now, I got so many other irons in the fire right now, writing my books and everything. But this is really serious. It's a serious day and a serious hour. And it's just all this turmoil all around me. It's all around me. God is blessing my life personally because I have been a blessing to others. But we got to do better. It's prayer time. And it's time, like Martin Luther King said, to get up and do something. I'm with Malcolm X. Make a move. We got to do better than just sit around and talk about that. The shame. What are you doing to stop the shame? Either you are part of the problem or you are part of the solution. I'm a solution. I love you all. Have a great day and take care.